So in my life's journey as a human being, the surrender has been, and many things have grown and many things have fallen apart. But every which way you see the signature of Ishvara, because your light and your well-being grows, because this material universe, whether it comes together or falls apart, it's Legoland of Maya. And the Legoland of Maya, what is more important is your relationship with love. And does that love include Sharanam or surrender? And sometimes we don't understand the Shastra well. We don't have anyone guiding us for a whole year through Bhakti Yoga, which I have done in 2024, a whole year worth of Karma Yoga. And we are learning some bullet points or a few things here and there. And in the popular culture, sometimes Bhakti Yoga means such surrender that we stop doing anything. We stop going to work. Oh, sure, I will provide for my next meal. Sure, that's true. That's not completely wrong. But the teachings that Ishvara has provided is that in this samsara, action is unavoidable. Even to say, I will not act is a kind of action. It is taking a position, all right. And that is why when Arjuna wanted to leave the battle of his life, they said, you must stay in the battle and fight to win. Whether you will win or not, that is not up to you. That is up to me. But you show up. You show up with dharma intact and intention intact. Because this is a drama, we all have to play out the scripts. And the more knowledge we have, the more responsible we are for writing that script as we go along. But the results of that action, whether we win the award for drama or not, we don't know. But based on what we know in the given moment, and after our prayers and after our surrender, we can only do the best we can. So this is the teaching of this verse. And some questions had come up in my heart when my Guru Baba had taught me this. I remember asking him what I'm about to share with you. And this is the kind of mananam I want you, this is the kind of contemplation I want you to bring when it's time for us to do questions and answers from time to time. So when in the first line, Krishna says, those who with an unwavering mind, which means think of me, which means those who practice bhakti, which means those who practice love towards me. Because in my mind, bhakti is devotional love. It's not just devotion. It's not just using your mind to think about Ishvara. It's love. Then I was like, Baba, is Ishvara needy of my love? Is Ishvara keeping her tab on who loves them more and who loves them less? What's the deal here? Why does Ishvara demand our love? Must have been 14 or 15 at that time, or 16. And that's when my Guru Baba just smiled, became quiet, and after several moments spoke up and said to me that what is love, Shunya? Is it something someone can demand and you can give them? Is it a commodity? Because if it's a commodity, then you can withdraw it too. So first off, love cannot be demanded because it cannot be supplied on demand. Please write this down. This was my Guru's response to me. And then when he spoke the next words, I became still. He said, Shunya, love is our natural state. And Ishvara, as in Krishna, is asking us to love him in this case. Not because it benefits him, but because it restores us. The practice of that love, the practice of bhakti love, restores us to our original state of being. Bhakti, and in our prior sessions, I've gone through the 9 forms of bhakti, how to practice bhakti, and we will rediscover them again. But bhakti is, and its practices are an intimate and direct way to experience this union. When we love Krishna, or when we love Ishvara in any form that we choose, we actually love our true self. And we love the self in all beings. And that is why a bhakta becomes transformed with love. Isn't that just beautiful? And we're all having a material adventure. And I hope you catch me in my other set of teachings I'm doing in 2024, which is I'm going through the Bhaj Govindam. It's a verse authored by Adi Shankaracharya from the 8th century. And it's a verse, and it's a set of verses that arouse within us dispassion and love for Ishvara. And dispassion from what? From samsaric life, from conditioned, scripted, desire-driven, crazy-making, mechanical, suffering-engendering life. So then Baba went on to explain how surrender to Ishvara is really calming our ego down and surrendering our limited sense of identity to the infinite self. We're not just surrendering our agency, we are surrendering our small self that controls and becomes anxious and hyperventilates. I don't know how many of us now in this Sangha right here, so many of us fall asleep because we let the day rest in Ishvara's embrace. Show me your hands if you are doing that already. Yeah, you are. There you go. It's Ishvara. So what are we doing at that moment to fall asleep? Because otherwise, this ego will not even let us sleep. It will criticize us and complain and belittle us, or it will make us enraged and plan and scheme. And we will never be really realistically be able to wake up. Because we have to wake up. That's our goal, to wake up once and for all from this waking dream. This is samsara. We are metaphorically asleep. The only way you can wake up from a nightmare when you're lying in bed is to wake up from that sleep, which is inducing the nightmare. And the only way to wake up from the infliction of the ego is to wake up to your higher self. So surrendering the fruits of our action, and these are deeper teachings coming up in Karma Yoga for you. You will, just like Bhakti Yoga has started blossoming within you, a year-long worth of sojourn through Karma Yoga will strengthen you, my children, to take the right action, to give it your best and yet stay detached and not worry if the designer product that you've created just shatters, because in that shattering comes this divine grace for you, this blessing, this beauty. That is the beauty of trusting and being able to let go. That's the beauty of it. Talking about surrender, I just remembered, and maybe I'll close with that. Every day I chant this on my altar. Sometimes if I'm walking my dog or tending to my saplings in my garden. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhava karomi yat sakalam parasmai Narayanayeti samarpayami. Narayanayeti samarpayami. Narayanayeti samarpayami. Samarpayami means I surrender. To who? To Narayana. Who is Narayana? Nara means living being, and Narayana means that light which dwells in every living being. In the tiny caterpillar, in the beautiful daisy, in this human being, everyone. So it's Ishvara. And what is this beautiful verse saying? It is saying, Kayena vacha, with my body, actions that I conduct with my body, vacha, voice, whatever I speak, as now I am presenting this satsang, manasa, thoughts that I think, creations that I make using my mind, intellect, such as my books, for example. Manasendriyarva, and whatever I am doing through my senses, all senses in this case. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva, buddhi, intellect. And Atma, through my soul. Sometimes I touch you as a teacher with my soul. And Prakriti Swabhava, whatever is my most natural Prakriti, most natural state through which I impact. I surrender all of this to you, Narayana, to you, Ashvara. So there is no me, there is only you. There is only you. There is only you. So it's a humbling, on one sense, it's a humbling verse, but it's also an expansive verse, because when a tiny drop of ego merges itself in the ocean of intelligence, then it has nothing to lose. It has only to gain. And then we go back to the promise of the Narada Bhakti Sutras, which said that what is the gain? You become intoxicated with bliss. Matto bhavati, stabdo bhavati. You become immune to suffering because you have some other greater solace and inspiration and support. And Atmaramo bhavati, you become filled with joy of the self. With that, I conclude my satsang. Many, many blessings. May you find in your life more and more inspired ways to surrender and to really begin examining the nature of love. If it is beyond ego and beyond time bound, give and take, then what is this love? What is this? Jai Ma, everyone. I'll see you next time.